What's up, dudes and dudettes? My name's Scythe and we are back again for some more Terraria 1.3. Now, I've spent a lot of time between what happened in the last episode and this episode. Sometimes I record like these episodes right after each other just because I need to stock up on footage and stuff, and if the last episode didn't really have anything particularly interesting, ding 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 ding, this puppet's showing up later in the episode, ladies and gentlemen. But I just wanted to take a moment to say, please, if you would kindly Hadouken the like button to support me, I would very much appreciate it. But, I mean, my goodness, man, lots of interesting stuff has been happening lately, and I want to actually show off a little bit of our world today, but we'll get into that in a minute, because there's a couple things we need to craft, which, my goodness, this unicorn is beautiful. I read up also the unicorn, its special ability is the fact that it double jumps, it's super duper speed, and when it gets at its super duper, like, Mach speed, it rams through enemies for like 70 damage, so absolutely awesome. Now there are a few things that we're going to build today. We are going to actually make ourselves the magical harp. Right there, which looks like we got a couple extra souls. I didn't even count on that, my goodness. So that's great, because as far as I was reading up, this is actually a very good spell. Look at that. Oh, it's a very good spell. It's very funny at the same time, too. I'm thinking that it's going to be particularly good against the worm boss, because it phases, as far as I remember, or read about, or something like that. The other things, too, was, ignore everything else in our inventory, is that we need to combine a couple of our items as well. Let me put this beautiful Scythe soul down at the bottom there. So we need to use our Tinkerer bench. These are not necessarily items that we are going to use just yet, but we can get the armor bracing because randomly I ended up getting armor polish from a random enemy. So we will get that, which gives us immunity to weakness and broken armor. I don't know if that's good or not. And of course it's another material so it can craft into something else. Now we can also finally get ourselves the goblin tech, which I think we could have gotten this a long time ago. I just never bothered with it. Bloop. And now I'm gonna plop this in the chest here. I'll have to read up whether or not we actually have its next crafting item. I don't know. Also ended up getting this immunity to poison randomly. Hard magic one, violent magic one. Let's get rid of this one. Then we also, from Mimic Chests, ended up getting these Flesh Knuckles, which give 7 defense and also aggro enemies. Now, as far as I was reading, this is actually the highest defense that you can get for a side item, and 7 defense is quite a lot, like seriously. It might even be better to use it over our shield, at least for now, you know? Now, as far as all these things are concerned, there is actually a third item that we could combine until these would all make it into a PDA or something like that. I don't want that rangered one. But unfortunately, a lot of that requires like using the angler and fishing and stuff, which I don't really find that much time to do. We may end up grinding some fishing later on, but I don't know, man. It's not really a priority for me. And out of one of the Mimic chests, we also got this very neat melee item, which you can actually hold out and just kind of cause all sorts of constant damage, especially if you get it like stuck between something like that. That would be causing massive damage to a couple of weird enemies. So we've been getting lots of very strange rares. Why do I have a normal beam sword? I need to sell that one too. Now our money is also kind of down, which we'll get into that in a minute. Because as you can see here, here's our normal Guardian Harpy wings. But we actually, we also got the jetpack because now the Steampunker showed up because we beat our first mechanical boss. And we also were able to buy ourselves the Angry Leaf wings. And the Leaf wings, I'll show you in a minute what we got all set up here. Let me just put these into our personal chest just because they're like really good stuff, right? So the leaf wings you have to buy from the Tiki Jungle character, whatever it's called. In order to get them from him, you have to like throw him in the jungle biome. And at first I didn't know how to do that, and then I realized that when you go over here, you can actually see everyone's housing, and if you click on their name, you can actually just choose where they live right then and there. So anyway, here's our Steampunker, who sells a lot of really good items. And one of which being one of the most important items in the game, which is a teleporter. I didn't even know about this. Now, in order to use a teleporter, it's pretty tedious, man. Like, I've been going broke trying to set these things up. I gotta put our gold coins away, my goodness gracious. But I've set up 2 teleporters, and that's probably the most teleporters that we're gonna set up for quite some time because it's very, very expensive. So, in order to set up teleporters, I have 2 of them right down here. This one goes up to our Skyland, which is very, very fancy. Also, I have our farm right over here, which is pretty much useless because all those enemies are not really something that we need right now. Bloop! We can teleport up to our sky bridge, which I don't know why this opening is right here. I'm gonna have to seal that off because hopefully we'll fight some more twins today, get ourselves some hallowed armor. And then this one goes to the jungle. Now, the thing is, let me show you this before we teleport there, because this is ridiculous. You have to, in order to set these up, you have to set up wires that connect to them. So you can see that this one connects all the way up to the Skyland. This one goes all the way over to the jungle to the left, and it took over a full stack of wires. And wires are not cheap, at least when we're buying in mass quantities like that. So I would want a 3rd portal that would go all the way to the right, but we'll do that a little bit later. Anyway, here's over at our jungle, and here's this guy. Hello, Mr. Dude. So now he sells the leaf wings and also a tiki totem, which we are rocking right now. Oh no, are we rocking it? Where's our pet? Yes, we are. Tiki totem. I don't know where he is right now. Maybe he's all messed up because we portaled away from him. I don't know. But as you can see here with this floaty thing as well, we ended up stumbling upon a magic lantern, so that was pretty crazy to run into that. This, as far as I was reading up, gives the same amount of light source that our little heart dude did from the Cthulhu brain. But distinct advantage of this thing is it makes treasure glow, so you can see all our treasure boxes are glowing all over the place, and it would actually make ore glow as well if we were near any, even if it's inside the map. So very, very cool. I was also reading up that pixie ally, which we could have made if we actually used our Scythe, is pretty much like, I think it's like 85% light or something like that. So it's pretty much like the lightest pet we could get, except for like 2 other light source pets on top of it. Now I'm reading up a little bit, just trying to check. I got a couple tabs open of things that I wanted to read. Yeah, the fairy bell, the optic staff, which we want to get hopefully today. I don't know if we'll end up getting that. We will see. The magic lantern. Also, I ended up getting a random drop of the pirate map, which we're not gonna bother doing the pirate event today because, yeah, we do have a whole bunch of mechanical worms too. And hopefully I want to fight a mechanical eye, but I very much doubt that we're going to be able to do that today in today's episode because it's 4 in the morning already. Now, I wanted to show off what we did in the world. I have things kind of set up where when we go to our sky bridge, let me show you this right here. When we go to the sky, actually, you know what? Before we set that up, I got to seal up that hole that was up top there because otherwise it's going to give me some trouble. Because I know that I am totally going to forget about it before we end up fighting one of the bosses. Now, we've actually got, like, I got all this set up. Our unicorn is so super duper fast, by the way. Like, seriously, look at him go, Jabrias, yes! That's awesome, dude, seriously, it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. By the way, I gotta remember to show you all what secrets that we found too. So I've set stuff like this all over the place where it's like crimson down here. A little bit further and we would find the jungle, etc, etc, etc. I wanted to show you this. So this mount is like one of those crazy like 0.6% chance of dropping or something like that. And I guess I'm very lucky because I ended up getting 3 more apples. Like I've been running into them like crazy, but I was, of course, farming the crap out of hallowed and night enemies, which we don't really have as many night souls or light souls to show off right now because I've been hunting them so much. Because I was trying to get ourselves some more mimic gear, right? Which, as you can see too, we actually have a full stack of greater mana potions, which I was getting through all of the mimics, just because, like, that was the thing. I wanted to fight the mimics as a nice excuse of getting greater mana potions, as well as getting some of the better gear that there is still some gear that I am still missing because my goodness, it takes a lot of farming to actually get those keys. But on the side, this guy also sells greater mana potions, so it's a very convenient character to have. But I want to show you where I've set up our magic farm for the light and dark souls. Woo! Take this, Tobias. Is you just go down here. Woo! Falling! I am falling straight down. Down, down, down in the burning ring of fire. Beep, 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 beep. I need to test this spell out. See how good it is. It certainly drains our mana a lot faster, but I wonder, get out of here, whether or not it's going to end up being better on any of the bosses that we fight. So right down here in this whole section, normally I kind of camp up here. This is a hallowed area, so there are so many hallowed enemies and stuff that we end up getting all over the place, and just it's crazy, man. I gotta put a buff on this too. Critical strike chances garbage, no thank you. But also, I wonder if you can get knockback on this thing. I don't think you can. I don't know. But anyway, it took me quite a while to set this all up, and something else that I figured out, which is very strange about this game, I'll see if I can explain it in a way that'll make sense. Enemies spawn off screen, but they spawn off screen for the maximum resolution of the game. So right now we're rocking, I think it's 720p. I think so. 720. Where is it? Video. Oh, never mind. We're rocking this weird resolution because any higher and the camera just zooms out and out and out and out and out. So anyway, if you're rocking 1080p, that screen, the edge of that is where the enemies are going to spawn. So pretty much like right now, the enemies aren't spawning right over here. They're spawning over here. So it's a lot further than our actual resolution, and I hope that makes any sense, because that's why, like, I kind of camp up here, because as you can see, so many enemies are spawning in like all these different weird spots, because otherwise I'll end up coming down to a certain spot or area and finding that, oh my goodness, there are so many different souls all around the place. My goodness gracious, this thing not having knockback is not very good, is it? I don't know about that, man. I don't know. Anyway, over on our left here, ooh, hello, Mr. Guy. I bought weird stuff from him. I forget what, though. What is this? Chaos Elemental. Here you go. I've just been setting up all my banners in the areas that I farm. So, further to the left, we got Crimson pretty much like covers our entire world. Like, seriously, it's like 30% or something. But I just go up here. See what I mean? Night Soul. Weird. But I just go all the way over here. Get out of my face, you weirdo. You stupid old wizard, man. Die. I got so many of your hats. And I stand right here. Right here seems to be a good sweet spot for spawning enemies, which we're gonna get quite a few showing up, hopefully. Just so I can kind of show y'all. I mean, normally I'm wearing like my Crimson Shield and the Lucky Coin and stuff, so we're getting a lot of money as we're doing this. But most of all, it's my soul farm. So we just kind of keep camping all of this. There's a Mimic that always ends up spawning there too. And as you can kind of see, there are just a lot of enemies just in general. Kind of habitat the area, you know? So it's very, very convenient. And finally, like, I actually finally bothered to set it all up. I wasn't even paying attention to our health. That's okay, who cares? We needed to go back to our house. Anyways, although I wanted to put this Crim Slime banner down there, but that's okay. Let us deposit everything. No, I didn't want to deposit that wizard's hat. Where is that? That would be in our magic stuff. Yep, there it is. Let me throw that in the garbage. We also need to re-roll some of our stuff. Oh, nope. Give me that back, please. Where is our stupid wizard? Alright, forget him. Let's just sell it to the Dryad lady. Here you go, Dryad lady. Buy this wizard's hat. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. Does it look good on me? No. Also, as you can kind of see too, we are rocking some very strange dyes that we ended up stumbling upon just because of fighting and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I will put you away. I will put you away as well. So yeah, I accidentally deposited all our stuff. What else did we need to do? We needed to re-roll our zealous thingamabob here. Bloop. Critical strike chance garbage. There we go, that's more like it. That's a good one. That is a very good one. This one, we could probably get this a little bit better too, but I'm mostly looking forward to gain our other thing. Oh, we actually got a godly roll on this. I didn't even know about that. But anyway, this is actually a very powerful spell. It's another one of these ones. I was getting pretty good at it. Like, it's kind of like those games, those flash games where it's like, use your mouse and don't touch the wall. So I would do stuff like this and then bam, and kill the enemy in there. So it's a lot of fun to use, but and it's pretty powerful on individual enemies, but the fact that it doesn't phase is not really good. So anyway, randomly as well, we were kind of hanging out in this area, in our house, in our beautiful humble abode. Let me take a screenshot of this guy because we look beautiful. Haha! I play a harp on a unicorn. That's great. So the destroyer ended up randomly showing up in our house, killing everyone, and I was not prepared for him. So what I did notice is I came up here, and I was kind of fighting him down here. I didn't have it set up like a nice little fancy box like this, but because his minions kept lasering me and killing us over and over. But I noticed that as we were up here, the destroyer kept going, ah, I can't reach you. Ah. So I'm going to use this and just do this because this is a phasing skill right here. And we're going to see about actually fighting him just hanging out in here. Because I'm hoping that so long as we can tank it, potions, like mana potions, are finally not a problem for us, like at all. You know, I've got a pretty good handle on like farming now, just in general. So we kind of got the hang of it. Also, I think this is going to be a lot better than the golden stream one because the stream, like I said this before, I'll say it again, the destroyer does not actually get debuffed by anything, so it's actually going to be very, very handy to use that. Plus, it actually does some amazing damage. I am surprised that a godly version of this is not considered like legendary or anything, but maybe that's just because the spell itself is not like super duper powerful like all of these. Damage and knockback, which is not something that we necessarily need. Damage and mana cost for our little spiderlings, which I always forget to summon. I always forget to get them. Bloop! I don't even know what we're gonna do today, ladies and gents. I want to, oh, that's right. I want to, what was it? I want to re-roll these booties because the movement speed is not that important. Here's another handy thing that I keep doing, by the way. I should also put something on our lucky coin, but it's not really that important. The 3% damage is actually not bad. But I don't really need the movement speed because our unicorn kind of takes care of all of that. So let's see what we can get here. Critical strike chance, sure, whatever. That already costs like so much gold, so I don't really care. Mystic one. Let's get this re-rolled too. Ew. Ew. Speed, critical chance, and damage. That is a little bit more like it. Yes, please. Bloop. I still want to, we're not going to re-roll our spider staff because I want to get the twin summon item. Man, that thing looks beautiful. It certainly does. As well, the other thing too, which is kind of the area that we've already shown off, but I've also set the whole world up. I mean, besides having to go over that. Whoa! I set it all up so that we can ride like the wind, bullseye, fly all the way to the end of the world. Like, look at this. Oh my goodness. Haha! Whoa! Strange plant, give me that. I am quite proud of the fact that I've organized everything. Like, my OCD kicked in hardcore between the last episode because I wanted to get a little bit more prepared. There's a thing that we bumped our head on. I did not even plan on that. I can't believe we didn't even plan on that. That is terrible. Give me some more of your crap. Also, on the sky bridge too, I have it set up so that there is actually a sign pretty much right here, straight above us. And it's all like, the dungeon's underneath you. And also, the last thing I want to show off while we still have time today, I didn't really set up any of this stuff for running because for the most part, I have our sky bridge for all of this stuff as well. And just all those signs all over the place. Is that a strange plant? No, that's blueberries. I want to eat the blueberries, put them all over my face. Get a blue face. So over here, which by the way, I was also reading up that there is like some giant fish boss, which we could technically fight right now, but we would need to capture a very rare bug bait that we would fish with or something. And I honestly don't even know how strong that boss is. He certainly looks deadly. He's a gigantic fish monster, which is horrifying. There is also, just on a side note, because we don't really do stuff like that much anymore. We will eventually, that's for sure. But we can actually get ourselves a golden bug catching net too, which is very, very cool. But that also requires, once again, the one thing that I am weakest at, fishing. Fish, 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 fish. So up here, I have this exact setup on the complete opposite end of the world as well. So we've got one rope area up from, ooh, another strange plant, from each of the oceans. And as you can see right here, I set it all up so that we can just keep running on our unicorn, which is absolutely beautiful. I love the magic stream that goes behind us. See that right there? That was going to the hallowed area. Oh, it's amazing. It's wonderful. I love this unicorn, man. It is like my favorite of the mounts. Like, I was looking at all the other mounts. There are some weird freaky deaky ones. And I do very much like the UFO, which, by the way, to get the UFO, I don't know if we can stumble across them yet, because I think they might be an expert event. I'm not exactly sure. But there is like a little UFO dude that you gotta stumble upon randomly in the world. We're getting so many strange plants. Ooh, our portal. Bloop. Cut a few seconds off of our time there. But you guys see a little probe guy, and he spots you, and if you kill him, it cancels the event. Otherwise, he floats away, and then suddenly it's pretty much like a pirate event, but with aliens and stuff. And there are actually some very amazingly nifty drops that you can get from that event, but it's very, very powerful. Let me put this crap away, and let's exchange all these strange plants. We got so many dyes, I don't even know what to do with them all. Give me all that crap. We got more of the same dyes. I don't know if we have that glowing mushroom dye, though. Let's take a peek. Let's put it on our shield. We look really, really ridiculous. I just got to say that we do. Reflective metal dye. All right. I'll put all our reflective dyes down here. And glowing whatever dye. Sure, I'll put that there as well. I don't really care to put that on our shield, though. Or do we? I honestly don't really know. I gotta organize our inventory a little bit, get things a little bit more prepared, and then in the next episode, we'll probably be fighting the twins again, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to grind them up, get ourselves up to hallowed armor, so that we stand a better chance against the mechanical worm, which everyone online says is a much easier boss. Oddly enough, I'm able to beat the twins and not the worm to save my life. So thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I would also appreciate if you would hadouken the like button, share, favorite, and subscribe to join Team Pixel. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.
Believe in yourself. Don't care